The moment she walked through the front door, smirking like she had just won some cruel game, I felt something inside me snap. Her words sliced through the air. Be grateful I even came home. That smirk, so casual, so cruel, was a dagger to my heart. My chest tightened, my hands shook, and the world around me seemed to blur. The woman I had trusted, the woman I had shared my life with, had reduced our marriage to a mocking joke. I wanted to scream, to throw her out, but instead I swallowed the rage and let it fester. I couldn't strike back in that moment, not yet. The seed of revenge had just been planted, and I would nurture it into something she could never escape. The days that followed were unbearable. Every laugh she forced, every careless glance, every hint of superiority she exuded, stoked the fire inside me. But I knew that raw anger was dangerous if wielded too soon. I needed strategy, patience, and precision. I watched her carefully, noting her routines, her habits, and the subtle ways she underestimated me. She had grown arrogant over time. It wasn't just her smirk that hurt. It was her belief that I would never challenge her. That made her careless. She left her phone unlocked, boasting about her secret luxuries and manipulations. She flaunted her power in small, cruel ways, ordering staff around with biting sarcasm, humiliating friends in private gatherings, even attempting to belittle me in front of our colleagues. I spent nights replaying every insult, every betrayal. My thoughts were a single, cold refrain: she will pay. She will regret. I began to plan. My revenge had to be perfect, meticulous, and inescapable. I couldn't allow her to see it coming. It had to hit where it hurt most, the world she had built on lies, arrogance, and deception. I started small. I leaked confidential information she had trusted me with, carefully ensuring she had no idea it was me. Then I subtly manipulated situations so that those who once admired her began to question her integrity. Her friends grew distant, her colleagues suspicious, her image tarnished little by little, like poison seeping into water. Each tiny victory fueled the fire in my chest. I relished her growing confusion, her subtle panic. Yet even as I executed my plans, a part of me could feel the cost. Revenge consumed me. Sleep became shallow, meals tasteless, and my reflection in the mirror, a stranger with cold, calculating eyes. But every pang of loneliness, every sleepless night, only made me more relentless. I knew that to truly destroy her, I could not falter. And then, one evening, she laughed at me again. Her smirk was sharper than ever. Be grateful I even came home, she repeated, mocking me, taunting me as though she were untouchable. But now I was ready. The trap was set, and I would watch her tumble slowly, painfully, irrevocably. Weeks turned into months. My plan unfolded like a carefully choreographed symphony. I exploited her weaknesses, planted seeds of distrust, and ensured that every betrayal she had orchestrated returned to her tenfold. Her empire, built on manipulation and arrogance, began to crumble under invisible pressure. I watched her relationships unravel. Friends who had once laughed at my supposed inferiority began turning against her. Her colleagues, who had feared her cunning, now questioned her decisions. Rumors I subtly encouraged gained momentum, and she had no idea who was behind the storm. The thrill of watching her unravel was intoxicating, but the work required patience. I had to be invisible, silent, a ghost in her perfect little world. Every interaction, every casual smile, was a mask to hide the storm brewing beneath. She underestimated me, as always. That arrogance would be her undoing. One night she confronted me, unaware of how far I had already gone. Her eyes were sharp, calculating. "You think you can hurt me?" she sneered, but she didn't realize that by the time she realized it, it would be too late. My response was simple, measured, chilling in its calm. I don't think, I act. From that moment, the pace accelerated. I orchestrated situations that exposed her lies publicly. Carefully curated evidence made her appear untrustworthy in every circle she held dear. And when she tried to retaliate, I had already anticipated her moves, turning her attacks back on her with precise, cold calculation. She began to falter visibly. The smirk that had once haunted me was now replaced by fear and frustration. Every misstep I forced upon her, every consequence she had to face, was a silent symphony of revenge. And through it all, I felt no remorse, only the icy satisfaction of justice measured in her humiliation. The culmination came on a night she believed she had outsmarted me. She had arranged a grand gathering, inviting everyone who mattered in her world. Her plan was to show off her power, her charm, and her unassailable status. I arrived unannounced, calm, composed, invisible among the crowd. But I had a revelation to unveil, the truth behind her manipulations. Every secret she had buried, every betrayal she had committed, was now visible to all. I revealed the evidence piece by piece, watching her facade crumble in real time. The smirk she had used to mock me had vanished, replaced by shock, anger, and desperation. She lunged for excuses, for explanations, but I had anticipated it. I delivered the final blow with icy precision. Friends turned against her. Colleagues exposed her lies. Her empire collapsed in front of her eyes. I watched silently, letting the weight of her humiliation sink in. As she fled, broken and defeated, I felt a cold clarity. Revenge had not softened me, it had sharpened me. It had taken everything, yet it had given me satisfaction that nothing else could replicate. I had become the instrument of her reckoning, and the world had witnessed her fall. And yet, even in triumph, I understood the cost. Revenge consumes everything. It changes the one who wields it, leaving shadows where warmth once lived. But for me, in that moment, seeing her reduced to nothing, I didn't care. Justice had been served on my terms, cold and unrelenting. Moral of the story: revenge may destroy your enemy, but it reshapes the soul of the avenger into something colder, sharper, and unrecognizable.